Hi, it's Libby Wagner, and I thought I would share a new poem. And it's called That Day Ross Gay Saved My Life. If you're not familiar with American poet Ross Gay, I highly recommend his work. And some of my favorites are his collection of poems, The Catalog of Unabashed Gratitude. And then he has another book that came out just last year called Book of Delights, which is a collection of short essays. And I love his enthusiasm and energy and the way that he creates tension by pressing joy and despair right up against each other, or beauty and sadness right up against each other, which makes for good poems, good stories, good language. And when I first wrote this, I was exhausted and really depleted by my work and my travel, and I was thinking a lot about the patterns, that the modern working professional has, most modern working professionals. And in this current space that we're in, where we are doing things like sheltering in place and having social distance from one another, I was thinking about how, in a way, the way that my own work is shifting and changing, and I'm being asked to be creative in different ways, and they do not include getting on a plane, which I have been doing for the last 16 years. And so the notion of this poem about beauty and looking for beauty and how it helps us stay alive is important in the context of any kind of depletion or exhaustion, even if now you might be getting more sleep, hopefully, or more time to connect with your beloveds. So I don't have this one by memory. This is a really just rough thing going on here, but I just thought, in the spirit of sharing what gifts I have, that this might speak to someone, and during our time. That day Ross Gay saved my life. It sounds like an exaggeration to say 16 airports in 3 months, so at least that many times I push my bags through the waiting hole of the security machine, and I let them pat me down every now and then. To say I cannot remember this night's room number because all hotel hallways look the same. To say I've grown impatient with all your unkindness and interpersonal strife, and for God's sake, I think, dude, I want to shout, work with me here. To say the most courageous conversation is the one I need to have with myself in the Sky Club, again on the verge of tears, because I should just suck it up, power through, deal with it, kill it. To say I'm tired of all that stupid language of war and battle and competition and KPIs would be the worst kind of understatement, undercover underestimation of the prevalence of my runaway fantasies. Not the same as runway fantasies, the Mile High Club, small bottles of vodka or Baileys up in first class. To say one small complaint other than a litany of unabashed gratitude would just show the privilege of what? I'm trying to help you, I think. Help me help you, I say, looking at their crossed arms and rigid lips. Remember that captain who scoffed, it was a scoff, who said, when I said I had removed all difficult people from my life, no time for relationships not mutually loving and compassionate. And he said, what? What? You're with those people all day long. All day long. And here in floats a memory of my summer garden, distant. So I sit frozen with the loud talkers all around, cell phone deals, and reading aloud from PowerPoint decks, and the way the gray carpet runs at an angle to that guy with the Bloody Mary and that guy with the Pilsner. And even though me and the woman with the polka dotted dress catch each other's eye, we are too tired to say, sister, to say, hey. And now one leaves the table near me saying, buck it up, buttercup, to the woman he leaves behind. So it is with some slow and deliberate rumbling in my belly, I just set the manila folder and the big to-do list aside. How tired our work makes us, what it takes from us. The young woman across the table only an hour ago saying, I won't ever love my job because I get what I need from somewhere else. And almost at the same time, someone I trust calling me a warrior woman and wondering why I haven't ditched it already, trading everything for the cottage in Ireland and the sweeping skies. I think I'll find some solace in you can have it. But Levine's brother dies again and again after the heavy weight of his mill-worn body eases onto the bed. Let me ask you a question, Ross says in his peach button-up shirt. Who saw something beautiful today? And they hesitate, the backs of their heads sleek and blonde or brown, but he waits until a few of them can remember. It might make you want to stay alive then. And his voice rises and falls, rises and falls. And if I close my eyes, I can see the letters spill upon the page, the wobbly, wiggly enjambments, the way that all that unabashedness makes me a little uneasy, a little weepy. The way I could see the man's soft scalp on the escalator going up into the bright lit Denver airport. The architecture of airports evolved into high-end shopping and gourmet coffee and cupcake and pretzel, which makes me want to call you cupcake or pretzel when you take my face in your hands, finally bringing me back to my body. To the dirt near the grave outside Groveton that I dug up with a rock and scooped into a baggie, carried across state lines and time zones and matrilineal machinations. The way I didn't mind the red ants crawling up into my hair, lying there in between Lizzie and Laverne, who surely, finally resting, might find 16 airports in 3 months simply astronomical, absurd, or perhaps stupid. Texas, like work, is the most unforgiving place for people. Dry and unrelenting swaths of heat rising from blacktop or field. Who saw something beautiful today? Ross asks me through the YouTube lens. It might make you want to stay alive.